Hi, my name is LJ Ernest and I write the blog WholeLifeProductivity.com. I wanted to take some time today to show you exactly how I do my weekly planning. I use my weekly planning forms that are available on my website at WholeLifeProductivity.com/store. And the particular forms that I use are my watercolor planners, which are ones that I have developed and found to be very useful. I've used them in one form or another for about 5 years now. And you'll get to see the various features of these forms as we go through this. All of my weekly plans have a cover page, so I know exactly what date I'm dealing with. This particular plan goes from February 19th, 2017, which is a Sunday, to the following Saturday. The first 2 pages in the planner are my weekly goals forms. I have 2 pages because I have 2 particular areas that I focus on. The first I focus on is my business, and the second are my life goals. These goals, and at the moment there are only 4 of them, but these goals come directly from my 12-week plan, and I set my 12-week plan up using the procedure that I outline in the e-course 12-week planning. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the draft of my book. This is the book that I started in November, and while I had no trouble sitting down every day in November to be able to write for an hour or so, I haven't been able to do that the same way since November. And so my task for this is I am going to write in Scrivener for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is enough to get me moving and actually working on the book, but at the same time, if I don't feel like working, I can get out of it. And I am going to put 6 check boxes here because I'm going to attempt to do this 6 times. Okay, so that's only an hour and a half over the week. My second goal is to add income streams to the blog. I am working on a second e-course, or I'm working on releasing a second e-course. The first one is already written and queued up, so I have to finish writing this. And so I have 4 chapters left to write in this book, and so I'm going to put those down there. And then I have to add the graphics, format the book, and put book on the store page. Okay. I don't have a third goal here, and that's perfectly okay. Sometimes I do, and sometimes this fills up with miscellaneous tasks. Okay, on to my life planner. One of my 12-week projects was to complete craft projects that I have outstanding. And I am in the last part of this, and I'm making an Einstein jacket, which is a huge knitting project, but it's very nice. I've already made 2 of them, one for my daughter, one for myself, and I'm making myself a second one. So I am going to say I'm going to knit for 15 minutes, again with the same sort of intention as the writing. I can knit for 15 minutes, and oftentimes I will keep going. Now, because my evenings are fairly full, I don't have a whole lot of free time, and so I'm only going to put down that I'm going to do this 4 times. My second project is to continue my studies. I have 2 courses that I am doing right now. It is a weekly program, and I am on lesson 10. And I have a study group that have a set level of questions, and I will answer those as well. All right, the next part that I have in the planner is where I can put my calendar events. I have a list of calendar events that I keep. It's pulled out of my Google Calendar, and I can actually copy these right into my planner. And that's just not working, so I'll make this font a lot smaller. And let's paste this as unformatted text so you can see how that goes. All right. Okay. That gives me my level of activity for the week so I can see exactly what is going on. I can also put more information in here if I want to, listing things that might happen in the next few weeks that I need to prepare. So what do I want to accomplish this week? This is a really good question for me because it allows me to figure out outside of my goals what I am aiming for. So I want to catch up on the outstanding little tasks. By writing this down, it makes it more concrete for me, and I can glance at this page and know exactly what I need to do throughout the week other than work on my big goals. Okay, the next page is my inbox. I use this during the week just to write things down as they come up. They may need further processing. They may need to go into my someday maybe list, but they're recorded here. Okay, so here is the first day page, and you can see that there is a calendar grid at the top. Then I have a column with just lines that I can write notes in, and then I have my MITs, which are my most important tasks, and then my other tasks. And so I am going to go through and fill in my schedule. The first thing I'm going to do for the Sunday schedule is, let's see, I have a choir performance and teen group. My daughter has a teen group. We have cookie booth because it is Girl Scout cookie season where I'm living. I have my accountability call with my accountability partner at 3. I clean the upstairs, and I put this in my calendar because if I don't put it in my calendar, I have a tendency not to do it. Okay. I Skype with my mom every Sunday at 7, and I talk to a friend at 9. In order to make this even more obvious that I am working on a schedule, I am actually going to fill that in with a gray. And that way I know that I am booked for that time. Okay. The next thing that I do is I take a look at any tasks that I need to do on a weekly level. So there are some things that I call maintenance tasks that repeat, and so I list my maintenance tasks for the day, and on Sunday I just have to clean my Roomba and get it set. The rest of the tasks will get filled in during my daily planning. I will sit down the night before and figure out what are the 3 things that I will absolutely commit to doing before doing anything else, and then all the other miscellaneous tasks will go down here. This area over here I will leave to make notes in. Okay, I've taken some time to fill in my schedule and the tasks that are assigned to every day, and I'll just briefly go through those. So luckily on Monday I do not have to work. My client is closed, and because the school is closed, my daughter does not have her typical orchestra rehearsal, so that's a free day, and that's unexpected and wonderful. On Tuesday, I've blocked out my working hours between 8 and 4. I have a team lunch at noon, and then I have dinner with some friends that evening. Okay, on Wednesday, I've blocked out my working hours, and then I have a choir rehearsal that night. Thursday, again, I've blocked out my working hours. I do not have to take my daughter to piano, so I just note this on the schedule so that I remind her and my husband to leave. Otherwise, they might just decide not to go. Okay, on Friday, this is a busy day, and seeing all this gray on here actually gives me a lot of pause. So I have my working schedule between 8 and 3, then I'm scheduled to clean the downstairs, and then I have a cookie booth between 5 and 8. So Fridays, I'm going to have to be very careful about what I take on. Okay, and you can see here is some tasks. So I wear fun earrings every Friday, and I have to check my weekly task list to make sure that I am on track with that. Saturday, I have a zone cleaning appointment at 8, and then we have a cookie booth between 12 and 2. Okay, that is the last page in the planner, and that is everything that I have for the week. Now again, I will print this out, and then every day, every evening, I will sit down and figure out what I'm going to do for the next day. I hope you have enjoyed this video on how I use my planner. And if you keep watching for a few more seconds, there will be a coupon code on your screen that you can use to get 30% off any planner in my store. Thanks for watching.